Howdy fellow YouTubers, my name is BobStrait, and today I wanted to talk about the enjoyment of Battlefield 1 and whether or not this game may or may not be right for you. Now, me personally, I enjoy Battlefield because it's Battlefield, the only Battlefield game, and I use Battlefield in a very light term. The only Battlefield game that I didn't like was Hardline, and that kind of just, hang on, microphone move, that kind of has to do with the fact that I think, I'm not 100% sure what went wrong with Hardline, other than the aesthetic, I'm guessing. They kind of, from Battlefield 4, it seemed like they downgraded the graphics a little bit, which that is not what Battlefielders want at all. I'm gonna get pooped on in this house, I know I am. Oh, yep. So one of the things that kept me playing Battlefield 4 for over 1,200 hours, I literally have over 1,200 hours in Battlefield 4, which is crazy for a lot of people to even think about, bitch, is the weapon progression. I really enjoyed collecting all of the masteries for all of the weapons, and I'm still not done with that. I still have a lot more weapons to go. It's just kind of like a fun challenge. After you play a game for an extended period of time, you've pretty much done everything. I think after about 300 or 400 hours in Battlefield 4, you've pretty much done everything. You know, I don't think I hit max rank until I hit 1,000 hours, and that just has to do with the fact that there was a period where I was like level 130 and they didn't have 140 yet, but I put in a buttload of time, so that certainly had something to do with the fact that it took me that long to get to that high rank. So, you know, once you hit the max rank in a video game, sometimes it can become a little boring. Now, I know in a lot of people, they like to see progression. It's not enough to see yourself become a better person at a game. They actually want to see them accomplishing something so that they know that their time was spent, you know, well. And me personally, I'm a really big fan of seeing myself progress in just playing a game. There could not be a progression system, and I would still enjoy it. If I really enjoy the game, I'm gonna really enjoy the game. Like there's nothing more to that algorithm that's gonna help me enjoy the game more. And it was kind of like that with Battlefield 4. But there does come a point in playing Battlefield where you have to kind of assess, like, why am I playing this game? You have to answer that question for yourself, and it's one of those games that you can easily sink a couple hundred hours in and have a buttload of fun. But if you want to sink 1,000 hours in, you have to find something else other than just the game itself to play, because eventually that does get boring. And like I said before, the thing that I did is I created little challenges for myself, and not to mention, because I'm a YouTuber, that also helps with, you know, that thing, because it's like my core audience kind of knows me for Battlefield. It's, you know, I wouldn't take advice like that from a YouTuber, because it's, you know, they have a different connection to the game than a normal person would. So I can't speak for a normal person when it comes to Battlefield, but when it comes to me, I know that I am going to enjoy the living hell out of this game. Oh, man. I know I'm going to enjoy the living hell out of this game. I know that there's going to be a lot of progression for me to do. I know that I'm going to get at least 500 kills with every single weapon in this game. It's just one of those things that I know that I want to play this game for 1,000 hours. A lot of people don't go into games thinking that they're going to get 1,000 hours out of it. And whenever I buy a game, I make sure that it's one of those games. There are not many games that I buy, you know, full retail, I should say, $60, that I know that I'm not going to play for an extended period of time, just mainly because I don't have a lot of money to spend on games. And I think that's kind of where a lot of the community is that a lot of people don't have $60 to spend just on a new game in general. They'll either wait till it's lower price or peer pressure. Peer pressure is a big thing when it comes to a game like Battlefield, because everybody and their mother is getting Battlefield 1. Which is amazing for the Battlefield franchise, but bad for those people that don't have enough money for it, but, you know, love their friends so much that they'll gladly go into debt for it. Now, I actually have friends like that will gladly buy a game that they don't necessarily enjoy 100% just because they want to play it with their friends. I was like that with Rainbow Six, and I ended up really liking Rainbow Six, though. To kind of conclude all of my thoughts and kind of put it all into words, is this Battlefield game is like another Battlefield game. You're gonna play this game almost like you do. Of course, there's a lot of changes, but when it comes down to the core concept of Battlefield, this is a Battlefield game. It's not like Hardline, where it didn't quite feel like a Battlefield game. It felt more like a, I don't want to use the word Call of Duty, but a more close quarters combat than a normal Battlefield game. And I think that this game is going to really, people who enjoyed Battlefield 4 are going to enjoy this game just like they did with Battlefield 4. And, you know, if you're cool with that, or if you wanted it to be better than Battlefield 4, I'm sorry. It's not necessarily better. It is very different, though. But, like I said, I do think that those people that really did enjoy Battlefield 4 will really enjoy this game to the extent that they liked Battlefield 4. Now, if there was a certain aspect of Battlefield 4, like the vehicles or things like that, or the fact that there were modern-day, you know, weapons, then obviously this game isn't going to be for you. But if you just enjoyed, you know, everything about Battlefield 4 like I did, then you are going to love Battlefield 1. If you made it to this part of the video, please put the word body in your comment in the comment section below so that I know that you watched the video all the way to the end, and the best viewer and subscriber ever. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Really help me and my channel out.
That is all.
Get yourself out of jury duty. One of the best examples I know of is if you're over the age of 70, you can still serve, but you can choose not to if you don't want to.
This flag clips to the ground and I'm not okay with it. What is that?
Look at that! Look at that! It just clips right to the ground! What kind of realism is this bullshit?